Season 2 on Attack on Titan is crazy. Wild, shocking, jaw-dropping, just blows your mind. And I love this season. I love it. From the beginning to the middle to the end. Freaking the opener. And not the American version, because the dub version, they cut the opener in half. It's really frustrating every time I watch it in dub. When I first watched this in Japanese, oh my gosh. Sasageo, oh my gosh. That opener, so good. So good. Like, I play it on repeat at least once a week. It's one of my workout songs. And I'm just excited to talk about this episode, or this season of Attack on Titan. On this episode movie breakdown series review, that, you know what, we're just hopping right into it right now. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdown Series Review. I'm your host, Ali Zakka, and what's Movie Breakdown Series Review? We look at TV show, series, season 1, season 2, season 3, whatever it is, give it a grade, A through F, plus and minus if you count, then give an overall arcing grade, and there's a season you want me to watch, or a series you want me to watch, or a movie series you want me to watch review, please let me know, please put in the comments below, and I get to it as best I can. Also the Patreon.com/Ali Zakka, and because you're paying for my service on the Patreon, whatever show you want me to watch or review, I get to immediately, put it on Patreon. I also have other stuff such as trailer reaction, trailer reviews, much more stuff. Now, let's go ahead and get into today's episode of Attack on Titan Season 2. First thoughts. So good. So good. Like I said, that opener, Sasageo, phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I think it's one of the best anime openers I've ever seen. From the opening parts to the middle to when the song breaks down and they jumping off the wall, and then the final clip of the opener where like Eren and Mikasa going against the Colossal Titan and the Colossal Titan and what's the other one? Colossal Titan, Armor Titan. Wow, I forgot Reiner's name. Armor Titan, and spoiler. But this is gonna have spoilers in it, guys. You haven't seen Attack on Titan Season 2, you need to go watch it right now. But anyway, and they like fighting against them, and Eren like turns to the beast. He's not the beast Titan, he's the Attack Titan. Turns to that before jumping into the fight. It's so good. It is so good. And this season is so good. It's probably like a few days. This season is like it's been as far as the storyline wise, maybe a few days, maybe a week, and you get a lot more character development for certain characters that you didn't get in season 1. They focus on them more, like Connie and Sasha. You get more of their backstory. You get more on Batode and Reiner, what they're doing there. Ymir and Krista, who has a different name. You get more of their backstory. So I like how season 2 really don't focus on Eren, Mikasa, and Armin. They focus on everybody else. Everybody else gets more spotlight because they're more in the thick of the action. Attack on Titan is not really about a certain character. It's more about the certain group who is dealing with this horrible incident where these human-like monsters are killing people. And then you get an idea in this season that these human-like monsters are human. Which, that's just crazy. And there's a scene where Levi even talks about like this whole time thinking I'm just killing these random monsters. In reality, I'm killing my own kind. And then, because I've seen Attack on Titan Season 3, and I'm not watching Season 4 yet. I've seen Season 3, so watching this over again, Season 2 over again, when you get back to Ymir's backstory and what happens to her and how she gets in the situation that she's in, if you know what Attack on Titan Season 3 holds, seeing Ymir's backstory in Season 2, you're like, oh shoot, wow, I didn't know that. Okay, it makes sense now. And it's great. This season is great. So like I said, it's a span of like a couple of days, maybe a week. What happens is, after the incident where Aaron beats Annie and they capture her, she considers herself in a crystal cocoon so nobody can really touch her. A piece of the wall is broken down and there's a titan in the wall, which Hanj and a few other scouts are like, what are the titans in the wall? Which Armin, Aaron, Mikasa, Irvin, and Levi are trying to figure out where this is coming from, why there are titans in the wall. And they talk to one of the priests who kind of like a zealot on the wall, like he worships the wall kind of thing. He knows the truth behind the wall. He knows that there are titans protecting humans from other titans, and the walls are created that way. He knows the backstory, but doesn't want to reveal it to everybody because he made an oath not to reveal it. So they're trying to get this out of him while they're trying to figure out what's going on here. Sasha and Connie's group is getting attacked by titans, and the third in command, or I can't think of his name right now, let me go look it up real quick. Miche, he's the one who spots the titans, and he's like, all right, we gotta let everybody know there's titans here, we gotta stop these titans. And he holds his own for the most part, and he let everybody know that titans are around, but then he faces one of the most gruesome deaths I've ever seen Attack on Titan. He come across a beast titan who, this giant towering, skyscraping towering titan that looks like an ape, finds him, stops everybody else from attacking him, talks to him. Miche is like mouth agape. He is shocked. Can't say a word. And when the beast titan's like, okay, well, I'm gonna take your, flying gear and walk off with it. And Michelle's like, I'm going to fight you to the end. He starts screaming. The dude's like, oh, so you can talk. And the rest of the Titans just chew him up, and they like tear him piece to piece. And you're just like, oh my gosh, this is some shocking stuff to watch. What am I watching? Oh my goodness, this is horrible. This is horrible. This is horrible. And that's not even the worst death in this season. Like, there's much more. You're just like, God dang, is that necessary? Like, there's one member who gets killed and she's like screaming for her daddy.
Please, I'm sorry, Daddy. I'll be a good girl from now on, I promise. No, Daddy, no.
And saying, I'll be a good girl, I'm sorry. And she just eating and you're just like, oh man. I remember watching it in sub and listening to Japanese, and the same sentence came up in the Japanese version, and I was like, this is messed up. And then watching it in English, I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. But so the Beast Titan has brought in Titans inside the wall, like, and nobody knows where the Titans are coming. They think there's a breach in the wall, so they're trying to find, the scout regiment trying to find a breach in the wall, but there's no breach. But Titans are appearing up left and right, which the group, the scout, Sasha and Connie's group with Bertold and Reiner and Ymir and Krista are told to, like, hey, let everybody know there's Titans around, get them out as far as possible. When Connie comes across his hometown, he finds a Titan on his house that looks similar to his mother, which is crazy. And Connie's like, this doesn't make sense to me. Which at the time I was thinking this and watching this, I'm thinking, I don't know if somebody turning into a Titan at this point is too far-fetched from the truth. The reason why I say that, because we've seen Eren turn to a Titan. We have seen Annie turn to a Titan. Is it possible that Titans are coming, there's nobody breached a hole in the wall, that maybe more people can become Titans? We don't know how to become Titans. We don't know what triggered it, but it wouldn't be that far-fetched. So Connie's sitting here saying, like, my house is crashed by a Titan, but nobody's dead. There's no bodies, but the stables, the horses are still here. And he's like in disbelief, like he doesn't want to believe it, but he's kind of like, it's kind of naive, so he doesn't really want to accept the fact that maybe his mom is that Titan that's on the house who didn't develop big enough so she can't move. She just laid there, and the scout team's been researching her, trying to figure out why is her arms or legs not developed, but yet her body is. Interesting stuff. And as more time goes on, Connie, Sasha, who has a really cool moment, by the way, who has a really cool rescue moment in the beginning of the season, they meet up with Bertold, Reiner, Ymir, Krista, and a few other like veteran scouts, and kind of hide out on this tower for the night, but these Titans are moving throughout the night. And they're like, why Titans are moving? When they see the Beast Titan's been pretty much commanding these Titans to go attack them. And then he starts attacking them. So the scouts are down trying to fight off these Titans, plus watching out from horses and rocks and boulders getting tossed their way. And it becomes really gruesome to the point where, like, they're not going to make it. And Bertode and Reiner are kind of like, should we die? Should we wait? Should we do this? Should we not? Kind of like holding off. And Ymir, she's like, yeah, I gotta save everybody. And she turns into the Dancing Titan. And I think the name that I read that they gave her. Actually, let's see what her real name really is, because they could have changed it by this point. Yes, they did change it by this point. She was considered the Jaw Titan. And when I first read this years ago, they considered her the Dancing Titan. I was like, that's a horrible name. But no, now she's considered the Jaw Titan. And she transformed into the Jaw Titan in front of Krista and the rest of the group. They didn't know that it was her, which Bertode and Reiner actually faced this Titan before years ago, which is even more of a flashback for them. So Ymir fights off the Titan horde to save everybody, but almost gets killed, and that's when Mikasa and Aaron's group shows up, saves everybody. And there's a moment where like, there's another Titan amongst us, and they don't know which side Ymir is on. Ymir's doing it for this girl named Krista, whose real name is Historia, who is actually the priest. End up telling Hans, Mikasa, Aaron, and their group that like the person you need to speak to in regarding the history of everything is this girl, and her name is Historia, they're going by Krista. And Ymir knows this, so that's why Ymir's been around her, because she knows that she's a piece to this overarching puzzle here. So Ymir's transformed to Titan, saves everybody. People are like, well, she saved everybody, let's figure out what's going on. The whole scout regiment realized there's no wall, there's a breach or anything. And this is when Reiner and Bertode decide to make their play to tell Aaron, hey, come back with us. We'll save everybody. We're going to have an incident. Just come back with us and we will, leave everybody alone. And they start telling Aaron the truth, which I like this. I like this breakdown of it. Because everybody's about to leave and Reiner and Bertode is like, let's do this now. And Bertode and Reiner just tells Aaron everything, and Aaron's like, what do you mean you're the Titans? What are you talking about? What's going on here? And he's like, why would you tell me this? And they're like, no, we're being honest. And Mikasa comes in, try to kill Reiner and Bertode. They transfer into their Titan moves, they transfer into their Titans, the Colossal and Armor Titan. Aaron transferred to the Attack Titan, which is a pretty cool scene. We can see Aaron versus Reiner in their Titan forms, and Aaron actually used some things he learned from Annie during this fight. But eventually, what happens is the Titans win. They kidnap Aaron, kidnap Ymir, and try to escape back to the far ends of the wall. And this one, Irvin comes in, like he bringing the rest of the crew with them so they can save Aaron, who could be the key piece to the whole situation here. So Reiner and Bertode end up kidnapping Aaron and Ymir. Then while they're waiting to kind of recover from the fights and battles and challenges, they explain to, Aaron and Ymir what's been going on. Ymir figures out that Reiner's actually been having multiple personality issues because he has pretended to be a soldier with Aaron and his group for so long that his true mission and objective kind of got lost, and he's trying to sort out which one he wants to go with. Like, he needs to get rid of his friends. He don't want to fight them, but he has to do it because his true mission is this. He's a warrior, not a soldier. And I do like that mentality that Reiner has to go through and sort out like what the true issue and true objective is versus the, the group and life he's been living. While Bertode kind of just been like, yeah, man, I never really got attached to you guys. It is what it is. Sorry. Like, I like y'all, but I can't sacrifice my mission. And they try to kidnap Ymir and Aaron and escape. Irvin, the scout regiment, comes in. Mikasa comes in. They pretty much, in a cool fight scene, like just attack the Titans and lead the Titans towards, like Irvin leads the Titans towards the Armor Titan. Bertode can't go back into colossal form, so he's stuck in his normal form. And he actually has Aaron strapped to him, so he can't really do much. Anyway, it breaks down where Eren ended up getting free, but he can't turn back into the Attack Titan because he hasn't fully regenerated yet. And the Titan that killed his mom shows up. Who this Titan actually has an appearance to somebody in the future that we'll talk to in another episode. But the Titan that killed his mom shows up. Eren can't do anything but watch Hannes get killed by her. And in a scene where everything looks bleak, Mikasa comes over and talks to Eren and say like, hey, you know, don't look down on yourself. I appreciate everything. And kind of really have a heart-to-heart with Eren. And the moment you think in most animes or TV shows where the two characters kiss, Eren steps up and is like, I will always wrap my scarf around you every time. And screams and starts using the power of the Founding Titan where he can command Titans. He doesn't know what's going on, but he ended up commanding Titans because one of the founding members, which of the founding gene pool, if I remember this correctly, Historia was around. Because Historia's around and in the presence, Eren can use the commanding Titans, or the founding Titans' ability to command Titans. And he saves everybody. Have the Titans attack the monster that killed his mom. Have the Titans attack Reiner and Bertholdt, which Ymir decided to leave the group and goes and saves them over staying with the rest of the scout regiment. And season 2 ends with like them realizing that Titans are humans and there's much more to be found out. And season 2 was pretty dang good. I really enjoyed this season. And that's the gist of it though. You know, I really enjoyed it. That's the gist of season 2, and you have to really watch it to really get the moments and the feels, because the music is still just as great. The dialogue is great. The soundtrack in the background, the color and scenes and details, the artwork is still solid. It's a really, artwork in this is phenomenal. It's so great. So great. Good stuff. Good stuff all around. I don't ever feel like season 2 had a lull. Like, I feel like the moment it picked up, it went. And the moment they had like the exposition talking points made sense. It wasn't just forced into it. Like, the reason why certain characters did certain things because they wanted to either hide what they're doing or just say, hey, you know what, F it, Eren, this is it. Come with us, man. This is the truth. We're giving it to you. Like, I love it. I love everything about this. I love the fact they couldn't move because they had to recover. I love the fact that Bertholdt is going through multiple personality disorders. So that's why he's conflicted from staying to his objective to like trying to be friends with everybody. I like the fact that when Connie started to realize stuff, not Bertholdt, but Reiner, who's going through that personality disorder. Reiner is there to shut down Connie from thinking even more. Or they constantly try to put Connie and Sasha, who people don't really, they're not considered like the intellectual characters. They're just kind of like normal people who just like, hey man, they're more naive. So like Bertholdt and Reiner are kind of like using them to like say, hey, trust us kind of situation. I love it. I also love the more backstory on Krista and Ymir, and you learn more about them and why Ymir is doing the things for Krista. Krista, because she is a genuinely nice person, just want to help out people and always kind of fight back against Ymir, who's just saying like, why are you doing this for other people, not doing it for yourself? While Ymir does stuff for herself, Krista want to do things for others. I love it. Love it. Eren, same character from season 1. He doesn't really have a change, like besides like, you know, he got more Titan ability, but he's still the same character because season 1 literally just happened. Like storyline wise, it just happened. So there's not much growth that's gonna change over, you know, this season. Mikasa revealed, like if Mikasa is still strong character, it's revealed that she's really in love with Eren. Armin just, he's there, like he's considered a smart character, but he's there. Sasha gets more of a backstory. Sasha's more like, you know, she's not just a crazy kooky character. She's like, for where she is, she was raised different from everybody else, so this way she just is. She loves food because she never really had food, and she's just an eccentric person. She's not crazy. She just, it's her who she is. Connie, somebody who is naive, but he believes in everybody. He believes that everybody is good versus bad, and he just wants to be somebody like important, want to make a difference. Reiner and Bertholdt, you get more about them. Matter of fact, Bertholdt is more focused in this season. You get more about his backstory. You get more about why he acts a certain way, why he's been standoffish, why he's been quiet the whole time, because he knows what his mission is, versus Reiner, who has been playing up the character of somebody who's like, I'm with you guys, I'm a soldier, I'm a scout, versus his main objective of being a warrior. So when those two things breaks, it's hard for him to figure out which one he really is. Ymir, you get more about her backstory. You know why she's around Krista, why she want to be around Historia, and why she's there. She's not really just a mean person. She's one people just like live for yourself, be you, because at the end of the day, you is all you got. Historia, Krista, she is somebody who wants to reach out and help people no matter what. No matter what it is, she wants to reach out and be a difference maker, and that's why she's there. Like, these characters are all great. The Beast Titan, we don't know much about him, but he's around. He's somebody who's definitely intellectual. He's definitely been ran by a person. And at the end of the season, you do get to see him, but you don't know much about him yet. But you know he's there. And that's pretty much it when it comes to character. Irvin's there, but he's just a commanding character. He doesn't really got much backstory yet. Levi's not around because he's injured. Hines, she's a little more, she's in the picture, but she's also just there too. She's kind of leading everybody. In this one, she's commanding the group. In this one, versus Levi. But, like, they're there, but they don't really have their focal point. Like, this season is not about them. This season is more about Sasha, Connie, Reiner, Bertoldt, Ymir, and Krista. That's what this season's about. This is their season. Last thoughts. The music, like I said, is great. The artwork is great. The tone and pacing of it, I think it's an amazing season. Definitely worth the watch. Grading time, I'm going to grade Attack on Titan Season 2 an A+. I'm giving it an A+. This season, to me, is definitely a work of art. It is a solid season. I can't think of any low parts in it. Even parts where like you think it's low parts are actual important parts. Parts that you should definitely watch and listen to can end up being significant parts further down the line. It's a solid, well-written season, and it is amazing. Amazing to watch. And some people might say, well, Aaron's kind of like, you know, got plot armor. Like, all of a sudden he can use his ability to command Titans. He didn't know he can do it. He just like, I'm just going to defend and fight until the end. Which Season 2, in Season 1, he even has a scene where he's like, fight. You have to fight. Mikasa, fight. So he just living that up. He's just living that mentality of him fighting no matter what happens. He's going to fight to the end. So him punching the Titan and just happens to trigger the Founding Titan's abilities is just happenstance, not plot armor. Because in season, well, I'll talk about it in Season 3, how he has that ability. But yeah, and it's great. I love this season. It's written really well, and it sets you up for Season 3. So this is my thoughts on Attack on Titan Season 2. If you've seen Attack on Titan Season 2, what do you think? Please put in the comment section below. Other than that, see you guys in the next episode of Movie Breakdown Series Review, and keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, you want to see what else I'm doing in my normal life and other things that's going on, please follow me on Instagram at Ali_Zakka. I'll put it right here around my face. Yep, right there. Also, if you want more episodes of movie breakdowns or grind towards success or whatever it is I'm doing on YouTube, you know what? Follow my page right here, like I said before, the little comment thing right there, And then you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right here, and watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success right there. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next time, and keep being awesome.